Have you ever tried asking a narcissistic individual a straightforward question that just requires a simple answer, such as what time are we leaving? And they turn around and say, what do you want to know that for? Have you had a good day? Why would you be interested? Asking a narcissist a direct question is like chasing after smoke. They're going to twist it, deflect it, and distract you until you forget what you even asked in the first place. Narcissistic individuals like to believe that they are in control. They like to know something that you don't know. They like to wind you up to get a reaction so that they can blame you. Therefore, when you ask them a question, they more often than not will refuse to answer. Instead, they will go all out to deflect. They will turn the focus onto you. Why are you so obsessed with this? Why won't you let this go? Why don't you trust me? They deflect and they answer your question with a question to get you on the defensive. Their goal is to get you to defend yourself instead of pressing for answers. They can come at you with the narcissist word salad, not schizophrenia where they're just jumbling up words. The narcissist word salad, which is a tactic. They overwhelm you with long, confusing speeches. By the end, you've forgotten the original question, and that's the whole point. You ask them whether or not you're going out that evening, and they just change the topic of conversation or ask you a question. They just come at you with, well, what do you want to know that for? And you let them know, and they just change it onto, well, you know what kind of day I've had. Why would I want to talk about this now? So-and-so at work. I was thinking of buying this new car. And they just come at you with so many different topics of conversation. You do not know what is happening. And then they'll play dumb. They'll pretend that they just don't understand the question. They'll say things like, I'm not sure what you mean by that, purely to buy themselves time so that they can avoid any responsibility. A narcissist, a bit like the word salad, where they jump from one topic of conversation to the next, can change the subject. They will suddenly bring up just one unrelated topic, usually one of your past mistakes, a random event, anything to derail the conversation away from its original point, and usually onto the point that a narcissistic individual wants to make. A point that's going to make you feel guilty or responsible or empathetic so that they can get away with their behaviour. The counter question, where they will respond with a question. Why are you bringing this up now? What do you want to know that for? Shifts the power straight back onto the narcissistic individual. They can even shift the blame. They'll accuse you of something instead. Well, maybe if you trusted me more. It's always if or you or but. They don't take responsibility. They shift the blame until you get to a point where you believe you're the problem. And then there's the outright refusal to answer a simple question. A narcissist will simply just say, I'm not talking about this now. And then they can walk off humming and singing away to themselves. They can slam doors to intimidate you. They can shut down the conversation. They can fall silent on you. They can disappear on you for a day or two, which is a control tactic by a narcissist to shut down the conversation entirely. When it comes to narcissistic individuals, they're not interested in open and honest communication. They're interested in exploitation, and they lack the empathy to care for how their behaviour negatively affects you. They're just looking to get their needs met and to win, and win at all costs to you. A narcissist rarely avoids answering because they can't answer the question. They avoid because it keeps them in control of the situation. It's about finding ways to recognise the tactics so that you don't get drawn into their games. Finding a way so that you can stay calm. There's nothing wrong with asking someone a simple question, but if they refuse to answer them, it's time to ask yourself whether you can have an open, honest conversation with this person, or whether it's best just creating that safe distance and knowing when to walk away. If anyone has any thoughts on this video or any methods you noticed a narcissistic individual use to avoid answering a question, please do add those into the comments for people reading through. Thank you very much to all the returning subscribers and your continued support with the channel. It's greatly appreciated. If you are new to the channel, I'm Elizabeth Shaw. This channel is all about narcissistic behaviour to give you more understanding of the people you might be dealing with within your life, how to handle yourself around those people if you cannot go no contact, and different methods to find what works for you to help you understand and overcome narcissistic and emotional abuse. If you do find the information helpful on the channel, please do subscribe. If you are looking for further help and support in understanding and overcoming narcissistic and emotional abuse, I do have several online guides available, and those teachable links are in the video description. If you're looking for someone to speak to, I have partnered with BetterHelp, and their sponsored link is also in the video description. I do also have a couple of one-to-one slots available also, which is in the description. If you're looking for further reading, I have several books out on Amazon. How to create boundaries around those who have no respect for your boundaries. 15 rules to deal with narcissistic people, how to stay sane and break the chain. Healing from narcissistic and emotional abuse, a guided journal for empowerment and recovery. I can't speak now. This is more journaling than reading. It's just got some prompts. A Narcissist Handbook, the ultimate guide to understanding and overcoming narcissistic and emotional abuse. And Behind the Mask, the rise of a narcissist. If anyone is interested in any of those, they are all available on Amazon. Thank you very much for watching. Go out there and create the day that you deserve, because you do deserve to have an amazing day. Bye.